Leader is back in Marvel Snap, and this deck is going to utilize him to perfection. Leader, great in Sandman decks, but also wonderful in these Wave on turn 5 decks. The idea of Wave on turn 5 is you play Wave and nothing but Wave, which then means you have 2 energy unused, reducing the cost of your She-Hulk by 2 for turn 6. Everything in your hand costs 4, She-Hulk as well, but then her cost gets reduced by 2, meaning she costs 2. That means you can play She-Hulk and another card. So on turn 6, we're looking to play She-Hulk and Doom. She-Hulk and Aero can be great because your opponent's only playing 1 card. Aero is going to pull that 1 card to her location. And now, Leader is a great option with She-Hulk as well, as your opponent is only going to be able to play 1 card unless they have a She-Hulk or a Death or a Sarah or something like that. And therefore your Leader in certain situations is just winning. The rest of the deck then is all going to be focused on getting early game control. So Iceman, Lizard, Mr. Fantastic are great ways of doing that. Goose is unbelievable in this deck because it is protecting us on turn number 6. Your opponent is not going to be able to play any card into their Goose unless they have cost reduction, because you cannot play any 4-cost cards in a Goose lane. You can sneak She-Hulk in there, you can get the Doom bots in there perhaps as well, and you just make sure that you're nice and prepared to be winning the Goose lane before turn 5. You can play the Wave in there on turn 5, of course. Storm and JJ are the other 2 cards which slot in to just make it a little bit better, and Jeff is the new addition as well. The latest card in Marvel Snap. Buy this card. For 6,000 tokens, it slots into so many decks. It's amazing against Sandman decks. It's great with Storm. It's great with Professor X and Spider-Man. It's just amazing. It's just a great, great card, and is the final piece to the puzzle with this one. I think also having that little bit of movement on turn number 6, you've not only got the Wave plus 2 cards, but also that ability to move your Jeff. And what's very nice as well is even if your Storm lane is flooded, you can actually just play the Jeff into the Storm lane as well to catch your opponent off guard. All right, we're in our first game here. We had nothing on turn 1. We have the option of playing Jeff or Goose here on turn number 2. I'm going to go for the Goose into either the Monster Island or the Citadel. We don't have any ongoing cards ourselves, and so therefore Citadel's quite concerning. But I also have no way of dealing with a Shang-Chi, so I'm going to go Goose here. We just hope to not see something like Zabu, because that is a way that they can get Shang-Chi into our Goose lane. We have the Wave, so of course we have the option of playing Wave on turn number 3. But in an ideal world, we play Wave on turn 5. Mr. Fantastic, Iceman and Jeff all join the party. I think I'm just going to take the Mr. Fantastic for the moment. This is honestly a consideration to snap, I think, but we'll just wait to see what they're looking like. Electro and Cable, pretty weird couple of cards to be playing together. Wave not doing as much then on turn number 5. We are going to take the Jeff, and we'll take the Iceman as well. Pretty glad we didn't snap at this point then. Oh, there's the Sandman. So we would have been able to play the Jeff still this turn. We can play the She-Hulk, which we'll do. It looks like it's going to be Doom versus Doom on the final turn. Magneto comes in and surprises us, moving our Mr. Fantastic away from the middle, which is a bit of a pain. But it looks like we're in a winning position here. We can Doom off to the right, moving Jeff as well. And suddenly we're ahead to the right, we're ahead mid, and we're ahead to the left. We're going to snap on it. They might run away. This is a game we could consider not running because... or not snapping, rather. Because our opponent might run away now. But hopefully they think that they've got enough with Doom. They might forget that we can move the Jeff. You can see why Jeff is just slotting in very smoothly here. We could have gone for Leader as well, it's true. But the fact that Doom is getting me ahead to the right here just seems just like the play. We'll tie the left with Doom. They go Jubilee off to the left. Something like Doom could be a problem. It's a Dino into the Citadel. That's a 4-cube victory. Let's go. Because you really need the... Oh my goodness, a turn 1 snap. That is so rude. Snap back to reality. Alright. We're against Gabri Mori. Been on a little bit of a losing streak. We haven't lost too many cubes on the way. Are looking to bounce back. So yeah, so far the Storm, JJ, they're the two cards I've got my eye on as like big question marks really, if they're really what we're looking for. I don't know. Nightcrawler honestly is pretty solid in this deck too. I used to play Nightcrawler in a similar list. We'll take the Jeff and then we're going to take the Storm, of course, afterwards. JJ would be absolutely wonderful to find. Yeah, I thought that might happen. As soon as I said I was going to Storm. We might end up having to wave on turn 3 here, which is not ideal. But just kind of the way it goes with the Iceman situation. There's a lot of 1-drops you got over there, mate. You wouldn't be too surprised if they moved the Nightcrawler here to get the Raft before us. Sure enough, they do. So we can go JJ and Iceman. I quite like the look of it overall. There's nothing we're looking to top deck, so we don't care about playing mid. Iceman could disrupt them a bit. You'd imagine they're going to play something like Blue Marvel this turn. So, decision to make. We can, of course, move Jeff. It feels very copium if we stay in this one. 4 more points to the right. Blue Marvel, like the most likely play, puts them at 18. JJ is boosting, so we're at 16. We can move the Jeff. And maybe we just go for She-Hulk. We could also try and leader and say that they're going to play Blue Marvel. We don't know if that's true, though. Let's just try and Sam She-Hulk and hope that it's enough. Oh, mama. Just about. I forgot they had the free card, I'll be honest. I'm not happy to snap. Like, we do have a nice curve. We could consider it. But we'll see what we're up against. Lizard into the big house is pretty powerful in general. And we're probably going to storm off to the right here. Depending on what the location is. Shuri's Lab, I would wager, isn't particularly good for us, so let's storm it. I'm going to snap. We have a nice looking hand. We can JJ on 4, and then play Mr. Fantastic on 5 if need be with something else. Hopefully we hit wave still. We're looking pretty okay. Oh my goodness. That's a bit of a Spider-Man point moment. They didn't do it back. I'm so sad. Jug is a wee bit scary for us here, but we do have the Mr. Fantastic and potentially the Doctor Doom to put points in there later as well. JJ Supremacy over White Queen. Someone was mentioning before we could play White Queen in this deck. You can see an example of where it's not popping off as much. I guess we're just playing Collector Mid. Mr. Fantastic. We can Doom, but we also don't have to. Could just slam Giganto, for example, to the left here. We'll just make sure that we're beating Doctor Doom. I'm not really sure what our opponent's deck is. It looks like some kind of like good stuff attempt. Vision, eh? Oh. So we're playing Doom. Worth noting we can actually play Jeff into the flooded lane if we would like. Could Giganto left, but we're just going to play the Doom. It should do the job. Puts points into all 3 locations. Very difficult to lose any of them, even with the Vision move. Yeah, White Queen mainly played for info. 6 body and proactivity isn't too bad for 4 cost. She has some synergy with Dino. I do think she's pretty overrated in general, though. In, like, good cards decks. I don't really know why people are still playing her. Yep, they might have gotten our leader. That's also true. Leaders are a little bit scary. No doubt. White Queen slagging it off. It might have saved the day. Fortunately, if they did have it, they didn't go for it. The angel flies out of the deck, hitting the lizard. Wow. That was 1 angel and a half, mate. Unfortunately for them, the Doctor Doom and the Mr. Fantastic combine to clinch the Storm lane. It's a lovely win. Well, we're really gonna try and flex by playing Storm on 3, Jeff into the flooded lane on 5, moving it into the Space Throne on 6. Oh baby. Hello, I snap. Say hello, I snap. Thank God for that. Yeah, I mean, Goose into Metropolis does sound good until you realize that they have a demon. So I'm actually not going to go for that. I'm just going to Storm the middle instead. Space Throne means Jeff will be at the bottom of the deck. That's a good one. We could also consider to Storm the Goose lane. Or the Space Throne. It does look like we're up against a Clog deck, so even with the Jeff, I think I'm actually going to change my mind. We haven't got Jeff access. I'm just going to Storm off here.
Wind, aid my hand.
Come on! Get absolutely dominated, mate. I'm the boss. I already snapped. They said hello, so I snapped. We'll take the Phantasmo, then we'll take the Wave into the Goose on turn number 5. And then we can She-Hulk the Goose lane and then Doom the middle or something along those lines. The deck is performing very well so far. We do need to be a wee bit scared of getting clogged. We don't care about the Widow's Bite. We can just play it into the Goose lane here. We don't really care about playing it, but we may as well in case they have a Dark Orc or something. They can't Spider-Man the right because of Goose. What they could do, though, is do some kind of Titania situation, like play Titania and another card, which clogs me here. So it might have been better to have not played the Bite at all, yeah, because of Debris as well. So probably a misplay on my part here. As chat's pointing out. Thanks, Bryony and Jack. I was scared of Dark Hawk, but it doesn't even look like a Dark Hawk deck in particular. It just looks like a board clog deck. Cloggers, as I like to call it. Nova Roma, actually the hot location as well. I had forgotten about that. I like it when it's a location that doesn't make a difference to anything. Is it Debris? It's Professor X. Alright. Well, good luck playing anything into... Oh! Wait. Oh my god. Does this win? No, it doesn't. Well, just, you know, you can do that. That's pretty cool. Jeff, come back. Huh? Jeff? Go there. No! I don't want him there. I have 18 energy, guys. Oh no. Guys! My game's bugged out! Okay, thank God for that. Little bit of a bug. But our opponent is unable to play any cards here. They do have to swiftly concede. They have no cost reduction cards available. And the Wave and Goose combo is too damn strong. GG. Black Noir. Uh-oh. Iceman on 1. We're not snapping because I don't have a turn 2 play. I would be more tempted to snap if I had a nice turn 2 curve here. Wave showing up is also nice. Thank you for having the upcoming tournament feature in Discord, by the way. Yeah, thanks. My mods are to thank for that one. I've put very little. I did very little to make that happen. But I'm glad it's helpful. I think the Sakar is not going to favour us particularly, so let's storm it up.
Wind, aid my hand.
Yeah, I think Jeff is great. GG, Hot Tub Tony. You got me, mate. I thought, honestly, you were playing a bit wonky, but it worked out. So if you watch the VOD back and you feel sad that I was criticizing your plays, don't worry. Because you outdid me. Kind of don't hate the sound of Goose. Go for it. So I'll just take the wave and then Doom. Oh man, there she is as well. Oh, look at this. It's just beautiful. The wave into the Goose. The Doom and She-Hulk. So this is why I often like playing Chavez in this deck, because Chavez gives you She-Hulk a turn sooner, which kind of informs you if you should play wave on 5 or not. I did call my opponent a Muppet and unworthy of a YouTube highlight, but then I lost, so joke's on me. It doesn't really look like we need the She-Hulk in the Goose lane. It looks like we're already winning that. Then again, I could just do this, right? I was going to say I could fantastic mid, but I actually cannot do that. Well, I guess we do it nonetheless. They have a Doctor Doom of their own. It's 3 power. I don't know how it's bloody 3 power. And we lose because of the Blue Marvel. Flip. The Rafter's got to be bad for us, I would wager. There's the Scorpion. We would love to be playing Scorpion ourselves. We're going to put the Mr. Fantastic in it anyway because it's Strange Academy. Oh, suddenly we're not. Jeff has been very good so far. And this deck, not that amazing. It's fine. I'll probably reshoot the intro after this, because I'm going to make it clear that Jeff is not that important. I think like Sunspot is more than fine in this deck, for example. Hopefully they don't play 2 cards here this turn, because I'll feel like a right Wally if they do. Nice.
Wind, aid my hand.
Oh, bloody Nora.
Assemble.
Well, wave this time would be beautiful. There she is. We snap on the wave draw. We can go She-Hulk and Doom, She-Hulk and Aero next turn. In fact, Aero will cost 5 next turn because of the Iceman. We could also top deck the leader, which we haven't really been using much yet. We'd definitely like to get a nice leader game in here. The Shuri comes through, and we know that the big card then has to go to the right to work with Shuri. And they can only play 1 card unless they... Well, they can only play 1 card. Even if they have She-Hulk, it wouldn't matter. Okay, Aero is actually still cheap. This is our only approach. We never play it into the Shuri because it has to go there. So this is like another big thing that's happened with Shuri. Is in general much more predictable in situations like this, right? Before this would have been a 50-50 and now it's just a win. Alright. Jeff's going to go to the far left. Definitely not a snap kind of game with the rock location in the middle when we want to be playing Mr. Fantastic. We do have most of our cards, but not really. We're still missing wave, so we could consider just Mr. Fantasticing here. I think I'm going to do it because I do think getting wave is going to be pretty important for us. I'm going to go JJ, and then we've got 2 turns still to draw the wave. Doesn't look like it's happening. So the Mr. Fantastic looking like it was a misplay or a bad decision in the end. Still not going to snap. Leader has some potential. I guess wave as well. Like this might be the death wave guy from before. I mean, Aero is kind of hilarious into Namor. I wonder if that's snap worthy. I think it might be. My opponent's playing Namor. I think that alone is snap worthy. Then we've got the option of Doctor Doom or Leader on the final turn. Leader a lot more risky, of course, against Okay. I guess we'll just play She-Hulk. Yeah. Okay. Sure. Do you know what? I'm actually going to go She-Hulk here and then just move Jeff. Actually, do you know what? I'm going to go She-Hulk here and move Jeff. They might forget about the Jeff move situation. That's a lot of cards! They played nothing mid either, which is... Oh, God. Which is where I needed them to play mid. Looks like we lost this one. It might depend on where Wolverine goes. Don't go mid. Don't go to the left, rather. No, we lose. The freezes. If you've experienced it, please let me know. All right. Kamartage. Leader into Kamartage is looking saucy. We're going to snap. We've got an ice curve. We've got the Storm or the JJ. Or the Fantastic. JJ for Storm. Well, we could still take the Storm. Doctor Doom into Kamartage, if we find it, would be great. We didn't have to take this route, though. We could have gone and done something else, but I figure why not with the Jeff? We'll just take the JJ into the right. Yep, leader copies their cards dice. Interestingly, we can also still take the Iceman here instead of the JJ with the Mr. Fantastic. Helps us win the left lane a bit more as well. I think I prefer it. Most likely we're only ever winning 1 out of 2 of these anyway, and this is just putting more points into the left and gives me some ways I can win both by just being cute with Jeff. Like if I go JJ right, I'm either winning the right or the left, whereas if I do this, the logic is that I'm still just going to win 1. I have 2 extra points here than I otherwise would. Maybe even like 5 extra points because I could move Jeff in. Copying Mystique on some locations seems to cause game-breaking bug. Takes about 50 minutes to resolve. Right, thanks. That's not good, is it? We could have also Iceman Kamartage. Oh, the cloak! The dagger! The vulture, the dagger can both move into the middle. The question is, do we want to goose him? It is a bit cheeky, but probably not. We're probably just going to take the wave here. We can She-Hulk and another card. Leader and Doom are the 2 cards to top deck. They moved my Jeff. Hopefully I can still move him. Oh my god, my Iceman too. Well, that's a card. It's not that helpful though, is it really? Oh. We'll go for it still. Doctor Strange! Looks like Doom might be enough for us then. Is it? It is. Just about. Wow. Leader would not have been enough here. What an interesting game.